Hello and welcome back, dear friends. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to do a Roxy's Weekly Challenge today. I have missed a few. A couple were deliberate choices and then one I just didn't fit it in my schedule. So we might go back and catch that one up. But I am doing the latest one today and it's using envelopes. You know how I love a good envelope project. So I have a bunch of envelopes. This particular project uses standard envelopes without a window, which is super fun because often we go for the window ones and it's good to have a project to use the plain non-window ones. I am also using this as my design team project for RachandBella Crafts for this week, and I am using the kit Williams Walls. And I have to say, I'm a little bit in love with it. It is beautiful. In the true RachandBella Crafts style, it is slightly distressed with some lovely effects that give it just a really beautiful, subtle, aged look. Just lovely. Let's have a quick flip through. I have printed the whole kit and there's 24 pages, I think. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through. I'm not going to dwell too long on it because there is a flip through on Rachel's channel, RachandBella Crafts, and I'm sure other people have done flip throughs too. I think I have a favourite page, which kind of surprised me which one it is. This one's lovely. I mean, they're all lovely. They're just beautiful. Just, aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful textures and patterns and colours. Really stunning. This green and cream one is really lovely. But it's actually this one that's my favourite. I don't know, but something about it just is so lovely. The rich blues, the creams, there's a slight little green tinge coming through. I just think it's gorgeous. Super pretty. And then there's this style of one that is smaller pattern, a bit crisper and just delightful. Really, really delightful. And lots of different colorways, so you know you'll have something that will suit a project, I am sure. This one's too, it's got those sort of more purpley hues in it. Really super pretty. Just love them all. This one has a beautiful array from the purple, the blue, the green, yellow, orange, pink, and it all just works. Really, really lovely. Just so pretty. I'm really enjoying getting a little bit of a better look at them as I flip through them because I've only had a brief look. Love the pinks in this one. Have I got something on my mat? Feels like there's something underneath. Bit of salt probably from my lunch. Aren't they lovely? I think they are going to be beautiful, and for today's project, essentially I'm going to be using them as collage papers for this project. So I've just printed them on photocopy paper, normal 80 GSM. Just kind of wrangle them into a state of order again. Right, let's get into the project. So, envelopes. I've grabbed out 4, which means I'm going to make 8 wraparound angle pockets. Well, 8 bases anyway. I will not get them all done. Now, Rachel tore them. I am going to cut this one because it's got tape on it, sellotape, which is going to be covered up in the process, but there's no way I'm going to tear through that. So I'm just going to grab my craft knife out and cut through it. Okay, so that one is cut. This one is a brand new envelope. I'm going to tear this one. And I'm not measuring or anything, it's just random kind of placement. This I think is one that the lovely Selena sent me a while ago, because it's not one, yeah, it's from Australia, so it will be one that Selena sent me. Thank you, Selena. And this one is one that a friend gave us, I think with a voucher in at some point. It's got her lovely writing on it. Oops. Let's just flick them around. Flick them all over the place. Right, I'm getting a bit crazy. This is my 4th video. Can you believe it? I can't. My 4th video. I am going to be losing the stamps. They're just ordinary stamps, so I'm not too worried about it. Now, I do need my craft knife again, and I'm going to open this at this short side here. You could open it at the bottom, but if you open it at the bottom, then you're going to have to glue it back shut on the page. So I am going to just glue this flap down a little bit so it's not coming up. Okay, that one. This one, probably could lose that edge, although that means I'll have well, it's going to be covered anyway, so I think I'm actually going to glue it down because it's just going to strengthen that edge where our pocket's going to be. I could have just, you know, removed it, but I'm choosing not to. So open, and on the short side, if it's not already open. And again, need to glue this bit here. Okay, just going to go through and take care of them all in the same manner. Rachel did one that was this way on the page. Now, am I doing it the right way around? Yes, I am. So this was the open side, and this was the part that went against the edge of the page. But I think I want to do mine this way round. Yeah. Sorry, I seem to be saying a lot. I haven't done a prototype, so I'm just working this out as I go along. It's not a tricky project by any stretch of the imagination. Right, this one I need to close up. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue in. And not rely on the sticky self-sealing strip. Okay, and open the short side. There's no way I'm going to get all these done, but we'll prepare them. And they'll go in my little ice cream bottle, or try to go in my ice cream bottle. It's really a bit full. Now I'm going to have a bit sticking up there, am I? I think I am. A bit that'll need chopped off. Yes, I will, because it was folded back when I tore. So now it's sticking up. Funny little triangle there, which I put glue on and doesn't need to be glued. Right, 3 more to do. This one can just have glue along here. That's an electoral envelope for sending your results back in if you use the postal system. We just did it online. Easy these days to do it online, isn't it? I think this was actually for checking your electoral roll details. And I can't remember what mine says as my occupation, but I didn't change it. I just left it. Thought, can't be bothered changing it. It's not that important. It's not like a census or anything. where they, you know, it helps to have accurate details to judge what the population's doing. Don't think it's quite so important with an election. Okay, and this one is actually open at the bottom already. Slice it there, and I think I'm going to just tidy it up at the bottom there. It's a bit funky. It is a bit funky. Let's unfunkify it. Is that a word? Is that a term? Unfunkify. If it's not, it should be, because it sounds cool. Oh, that was not straight. I thought that was straight. It is not. Okay, let's try it again. I'm making our pocket shorter and shorter, but oh well. Obviously I measured against a side that wasn't straight to begin with. Okay, that's better. So we will need to glue it at the bottom, and I think I'm going to do that now, just because that will give it time to dry before it gets decorated up. Now, the other thing Rachel did in preparation of the bases was to tear the top off, because Rachel doesn't do points, and I'm like, what would I like to do? Just going to grab out a page and have a little look-see. Rachel also turns the edge into a tab. I may or may not do that, I'm not sure. I don't actually mind the point because it's off the page, if you know what I mean. Like, it's against the edge of the page, so it's not, yeah, do you see what I mean? Like, it's not sitting up here, it's actually sitting flush with the edge of the page. Or if you do it as a tab on the side, then you might want, and you shape it like a tab, then it's going to be cut off anyway. So I might just leave mine as is for now. Just had to work through that and decide which way I wanted to go with it. Okay, right, so let's start with a base. We'll go with this one. Where am I going to put my stack? Over there it will do. And I'm going to start with the first page from the Williams Walls kit, because it's, you know, it's hard to choose. They're all so pretty, so we'll just start at the top. Oops, it moved a bit, but it's okay. Flip off the white. Hopefully it works okay for me. Yeah, I've actually missed doing Rachel's challenges. Ooh, come on, there we go. Oh, that went awry. Well, that didn't last very long doing it that way, did it? Okay, scissor time. Yeah, it just, there was a couple of projects. One I really liked, but just for some reason I just didn't want to do it at that point in time, and that's okay. I can always go back to it. The next project after that I didn't want to do. It was totally lovely, really good, but not something I wanted to do myself, and that's okay too. And then the one after that, the one directly before this particular challenge, again, really lovely, but I just couldn't fit it in my schedule. And, you know, sometimes you've just got to let something slide, let it go. And unfortunately, Roxy's weekly challenge was like that for me last week. I was just too busy to fit it in, and getting myself organised. I didn't have time to print things out or get my act together. more than actually recording the video itself. It was just all the prep work I didn't have time for. Oh, my cup of tea is almost cold. Right, just looking at placement. So this is going to go on the page. Let's bring back my page here. Sorry, I seem to be umming a lot today. But my fourth video, I've done a lot of talking, to be fair. So I'm probably running out of oomph a little bit. So that's going to go there. Just looking at what I want where. Okay. Thinking I would like that flower there. And using a mix of book page and digitals, and then decorating up with whatever one would like to decorate with. I'll just put it there. And I think I want it down a bit so that that flower is hopefully all going to be on the envelope. Going to have some fun scraps left over. Shaping it as we go. Here's the odd little bit that's going to need a bit of trimming. Okay. Where do I want to glue? I might actually glue on the envelope itself. It's not going to curl up so much on me because there's a couple of layers. Whereas if I put the glue stick on this copy paper, it's going to curl up on me, and it's going to, I'm going to have to hold it out while I adhere it to the envelope. Right, going to use 2 glues just to avoid a bit of mess. Squiggle in the middle. And now we line it back up again. And hopefully it fits as good as it did the first time when we tore it. Okay, so I've just got this little chink there and a little bit there where it didn't tear that great. Automatically it's just lovely as is. And on the back, do I want to use the same paper? That's interesting. We ended up with a bit of an overhang at the bottom, which isn't a problem. We'll just tidy that up like so. Do I want to use the same paper? I think so. It will give it a more cohesive look when it's in a journal. I'm not going to be able to fit that whole flower on unless I do a bit of collaging. So let's do a bit of collaging. Use more than just the single bit of paper. So I'm going to leave like that for a moment. I think I'll use book page or music or something. Bit of Spanish text here. I can't believe that I'm doing my 4th video for the day. I'm quietly impressed with myself. As I said though, I am beginning to flag a bit, running out of things to say and just energy wise. Right, that's not deep enough. Well, what I might do is pop that under there and then put another bit of the paper at the top. of the decorative paper. That sounds like a plan. Now I think what I'm going to do is I will, if I can tear this, cover an envelope or a pocket and decorate it and then move on to the next one. Otherwise I'm not going to get it all, anything finished. I'll end up with a whole lot of half done projects, and I want to complete at least one would be good. So if I do them individually, that means I'm going to at least complete one. Hopefully. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to do that. Okay. That. Now we can pop our flower on there. Oops, that didn't tear very well. It doesn't like the points when you're tearing. It often just breaks off at a weird angle because it's like, no, I don't want to tear the point. It's a stress point, I guess you could say. I think that's about right. I will distress around these, of course I will. So if I've got any areas of white envelope showing, I'll be distressing, so they will just amalgamate with the rest once they've got a bit of ink on. Oh dear, my glue page is too gluey. Got stuck to the page. Put the lid on my tacky glue while I'm doing this. And a little snippet up in this corner. Oh, my fingers are sticking to the glue residue. Actually, that might fit nicely that way. And I'm going to just tear it like that, so it's a bit more interesting. We've just got this peep of the book text through there. Guys, you didn't remind me to change my glue page, and I just went and glued on top of the gluiness. All right, a little trim up. Bit of overhang that way and this way. Now I'm not sure I'm going to do the tab thing on the side. I don't think I'll do it on this one because I'm kind of, yeah, I'm just not feeling it right now. And you don't have to do the tab. It's a great idea, and I have done a few tab things lately, but I'm just kind of, yeah, I'm just going the easy way, I guess, being a little bit simpler. What would be lovely would be a bit of lace or something, but I haven't grabbed any out, so we're not going to do it. I say it's a great idea, and then I say we're not doing it. So I'm thinking birds to decorate with. I'm so gluey, guys. I've got gluey fingers. I've got gluey scissors, gluey paper. Everything's glue. Glue, glue, glue. Okay. Actually a bit small. It's a bit bigger. Got his tail cut off because he was overlapping with another bird, and actually I see there's another bit of bird in the background. That looks a bit weird. So if I use that one, I need to have like a label or something, or a branch that it's sitting on, or you know, in front of it, so it hides the bit that's cut off. He would actually be okay, I think, size wise. Or we can go with, no, they get lost. They can go get lost. That's not what I meant, but that's just what came into my head. Couple of water birds. I don't want to cover up all that pretty flower though, is my thing. Just fossicking amongst the birds. I need to cut more out of my big bird book. So I've got some bigger images to work with. I'm kind of liking this one the best. It does mean by the time we put something there, we are going to cover over part of the flower, but so be it. And using some of the labels perhaps that we did in an earlier Roxy's Weekly Challenge. So if we place it like that, then we're still getting the majority of that flower. Does that look a bit funny? Maybe we need to go down there more. That I like better. Okay. Right, let's use tacky glue on this, I think. So I do apologise if I'm coming across a bit flat at the moment. I feel like I'm a bit flat, and it's just because I've been really pushing to get things done today, and I really wanted to get 3 videos done, which I have done. And then I was really inspired when I watched Roxy's Weekly Challenge when I was having my lunch earlier today, and I thought, yeah, I really want to do that, and I want to get it done today while it's fresh in my brain. And then I went and had to download the papers and print the papers out for that I wanted to use, and did a bit of editing, and so that afternoon, you know, just wore on a little bit. And I really am just feeling it now, feeling like I've been pushing all day, and I still want to do a bit of tidy up around the house, because the house is abysmal. It is terrible, and I would like to get it a little bit under control so that when hubby comes home, he's coming home to a nicer environment than what it is right now. I feel like I need to do that for him and for myself as well, so that I'm not living amongst an utter pigsty. Because we were both not 100% last week, so neither of us did anything around the house. We didn't do anything that we didn't absolutely have to. And so now it's like, oh, it's getting really bad. It is shameful, my friends. Totally shameful. I'm glad you can't see any more than this area of my desk. Just thinking about a little stamped number to go on here as well. Not that one. Just looking for colour as well as size. I like that one. Okay, I'll leave those out because we might be needing them again. And also I need to cook tea, and it is currently 4:20, so an hour and 10 minutes till hubby gets home. I've got a lot I want to fit in before he gets home. Tonight I want to, I'm in 2 minds what I want to make actually. It's either going to be kedgeree, which is a smoked fish dish with rice and stuff, or fish nuggets with vegetables. And it will probably be that, because a lot less effort is required. Just have to prep some veg and chuck the fish nuggets in the air fryer, and we're good to rock and roll. There's a kiwi. Actually, I need to use that in my New Zealand journal I'm working on. I'm going to pop him aside because he would be awesome. Oh, I'm not doing very well at not covering up the pretty flowers. I'm kind of failing in that regard, but oh well. See, he blends a little bit, but there's no book page on this side, so if I add a little book page, grab out a random piece. Whoops, going a bit haywire, but that's okay. Pop him on top of a little bit of book page, then it's going to help lift him off the background. Yeah, I think that will be okay. Just need to grab a tissue. Excuse me for a moment. It's cooling off a little bit in here. I think the fire needs stoking, but it will have to wait. Right, let's put that down. Glue stick. Oops, I should have put it over a little bit more, but never mind, that's fine. I think I will tacky glue this. I thought these looked really fun and very effective, and who doesn't love a wrap around the page piece of ephemera? I know I do. And using envelopes, and you know absolutely that I love using envelopes in projects, and I have a whole playlist dedicated to envelope what am I saying, envelope projects. So if you want more inspiration for using old envelopes, go check out the playlist. I will try and link it in the description box if I remember. But if you just head to my channel and look at the playlists, you'll find an envelope one there. Okay, label. That's quite nice. And we want a number as well. We could go words too. Pop a word on if we wanted to. No, it feels like it's holding the bird down. It's just a little bit too big, I think. That feels better. Okay, and I do think a word as well. Pulling out all the stuff. This is the way how it goes, isn't it? It's like you start with what you think you need, and then you grab something else, and then before you know it, you've got everything out on your desk, crashing down around you, crowding, making life difficult. Just looking for a word that I want. I've got some new words actually lately. I need to perhaps do some more word stamping. There. We're going to go with that. Now this can be glued on. Of course it can be glued on. I meant this can be glue sticked on as opposed to tacky glue. And so can the word. So what's for dinner at your place? Do you know what's for dinner? Have you planned it? I've been thinking about it since halfway through last night, and kind of, you know, an hour or so out from needing to do something about it. And I still haven't actually 100% made up my mind. So that I know myself, that means that I'm going to fall back to the easiest option, which will be the fish nuggets. Fish bites, actually. They're called fish bites. Chicken nuggets or fish bites, and it's fish bites. We don't have chicken nuggets right now. We've got chicken tenders, which would be another option, but we had chicken for lunch, so I don't want to do chicken for dinner as well. That number is not straight on that bit of paper, but never mind. So there we go, we've done one. Keep losing my page. So this is obviously a page I've already decorated up. It just happens to be handy for me to grab. So that's going to sit around the page. And we've got a lovely big pocket or tuck spot in here. So it depends which way you want to use it. Glue it down here and it's a pocket, or leave it open down there and it's a tuck spot for something even larger. And same on the other side. So now decide, well, I don't actually need to decide now. I could decide down the track whether I want to use it as a page tab. And I think that's something I can always do when I go to put it on a page. I can go, oh, I want to turn that into a tab, and trim it off and make it into a tab so that it just sticks out a little bit. So I think that's a good option actually, is just make it so that you could actually turn it into a tab if you wanted later down the track. Although if I did that, the bird's tail is going to be on the tab. That's okay, he won't feel anything. Okay, how are we doing on time, friends? We're okay. We have used quite a bit of time, but let's at least start another one. See how far we get. I'm going to sip of my now cold cup of tea, which is never an attractive proposition. And I'm grabbing out this one just because it's a slightly different colours in it, and it's pretty. They're all pretty. So rather than go through and choose one out, because it would take me ages to choose which one I want to use, I'm just randomly pulling one from my pile. To have an array of such pretty papers to work with is a great problem, isn't it? So the name of the kit again is Williams Walls, and I will include the links in the description box so you can go and check it out, grab it if you would like to grab it, and play with it. Be beautiful pages too in a journal. Really pretty. In fact, I might use one or two of these in the second New Zealand journal that I need to do. They're not New Zealand, but just the colours. They're very nature themed journals, the two New Zealand journals. And I think, you know, they're floral images and in the right sort of colours. Choose out ones that are in, you know, a good colour match. I might do that if I remember. And just print the other side with something a bit more writable. Great as a signature page. Pretty decorative, and if you double print it with something more writable, then it's functional as well. Okay, oh, don't put that aside, we need that. Right. So this time I'm not going to worry about placement of flowers. I'm just going to line up and tear, and what ends up on the pocket will be fine. Think about that. Because really the whole thing's pretty, can't go wrong. Oh, need a bit more glue up on my glue stick. Can't glue with the plastic, can you? Doesn't work so well. What you doing, Snugglebugs? She's just come in from outside. It's not a very pleasant day outside. It's drizzly and cold and grey. But she's spent a lot of time outside today. Mind you, it's those kind of days when it's just like a constant drizzle that the small birds tend to be easier to catch, unfortunately. And it's those sorts of days where she will often come in with a catch because the poor birds have got a bit waterlogged or what have you. But she hasn't caught a bird today. In fact, it's been, well, probably a couple of weeks since she last had a bird. They don't actually catch a lot of birds, fortunately. It's quite sporadic. They're well fed. They have access to biscuits all day, every day. And then they get wet food morning and night. And Puss gets lunch as well, because he's old. So between the three of them, we don't actually get a huge number of birds brought inside. We did have a rat in the middle of the night, or was it last week or the week before? And they don't eat the rats, they just catch them and they kill them because rats fight back, so they don't tend to muck around with rats. That's annoying me, even though it's not actually going to show because it will be on a different side of the page. My perfectionism just can't let it be. It has to trim it off and make it look pretty while it's just sitting there. Make it look tidy. Okay, do I want to just put, that's not going to work because it's the wrong shape in for this bit. Oh, something's not straight. Probably my tearing line wasn't straight. You know what? I'm going to go an easy route, I think. I'm just going to glue on the envelope. I should have been doing this all along. My brain is not working. I think it's gone, nah, I've done enough today. I'm out of here. If you want to do it, you do it on your own. But brain's bugging out. Because this is a way easier way to do it. Since I'm gluing on the envelope anyway. Whoops, or on the envelope or off, is just put the glue on the envelope, squiggle it around, and then lay my paper on and then trim it down. And how much easier is that, my friends? And so I'm just going all over with the pattern on both sides this time. See, not straight. And then we can just trim it up. Being careful not to open up our envelope, of course. One thing you do need to just be aware and wary of. Just cutting into your envelope. And you could tear this instead of cutting. I'm just thinking it's just as easy to cut it. Like so. Oh, I've got a fun pile of scraps. Okay, birdies. What have you got for us, birdies? That one blends in quite a lot, doesn't it? No. They blend in a bit too. I need something that's a bit more contrasty. No. I need bigger birds. I need to get cracking on my... He's too big. He's got a bug in his beak. That looks really weird. That is really weird, that one. I'm trying to make sense of it. So put it aside and not bother with it right now. They blend in as well. No. Maybe I should have stuck with one, just completed one and then gone. That's the video for today. Thanks for joining me. So great to have you here. Because now I'm hitting a wall going, no, not happy with that, not happy with that. They might be all right. They do blend in, but not quite so much. But again, book page, but this time I'm thinking music. Oh, if I can find the bit of music I had before. Oh, here we go. This is one I recently picked up from Creative Junk, so nothing like using it within a week of getting it. Miracles will never cease. So unlike me to use something so quickly. Normally it's like have it hanging around for, oh, sometimes a year, sometimes longer, at least a month before I touch it, because it's just like, oh, I can't touch it. I've just got to appreciate it. And I do. I just like looking at the things and appreciating them and dreaming of the possibilities, which if I don't actually use it, are never going to come to reality, are they? So, jumping in, using stuff. Awesome. Just tearing down all the blanks bits. Okay, I want to go sort of diagonal. Yeah, nice. Nice. Okay, the other thing I want to do, which I haven't done yet on that first one, is distress around it. I can do that off camera though, because I suspect we are running out of time. I will check in a moment. And so any white edges I've got will be taken care of when I ink around the pockets. Do I want to put a label in behind him? Something like that. Or is that a bit busy? What else have we got? This would seem to be even busier, but you never know. I do like that better. Okay, I'm going to do that one. I do want to ink around this label, I think. Give it a bit of an edge. This one's stamped onto a gardening book page. think I'm going to tacky glue. I think we had it about there, maybe up a little. Just kind of so this bird is over top of it. That's what I'm after. Yeah, it's definitely time I called this a video, because I'm just like sitting here knowing I should be saying something and just my brain's going, duh, I don't know, which isn't very helpful. No, I think 3 videos is probably my limit really for anything sensible. Right, and something up here. So again, a word, a number, we've done a label, although we could, there's no reason why we can't use a second label. Oops, throwing them around. Not sure that I want a second label, but like we could do something like that. It's too big, that word. I love it, but it's too big. These are stamped in green ink, so they might be a good match or good fit. So I've got strength. Let's do have a look at strength. It's quite little. Let's give it a trim up. I like that. Oops. Gonna go with that. Okay. So a couple of labels, stamped labels. Some birds, a word, numbers, usual things that I would turn to. Music, book page, you know, just fun decorating. How are we doing on time? Okay, we are almost done. We do have this side we haven't done yet, so can I get it done before we run out of time? Finding a bird will be the tricky part. So just going to pop that there. We can get something done even if we don't complete it, but we'll see. Right, birdie, what birdie? Can we find one quickly? Actually, I don't mind that there. I'm just going to go with it. When time's running short, I'm not even going to bother cutting out the little bits in between their legs. I think in this case, leaving them in helps to pop them off the background a little bit. Whereas if I cut it out, they would meld in with the background more. Which I'm not actually after this time. So you could use flowers or whatever you like to decorate with. I just thought the birds would look really lovely with these florals. We want to use this enduring. Why not? Saves hunting through the stash when we're short on time. Scissors need cleaning. They are very, very sticky. Do a wee cluster of bits, maybe. Yep, I like that. That's what we're going with. Amazing what you can do when you feel the pressure on and you're running out of time and you just like make it snappy. Go, yep, I like that. We'll do that. It doesn't have to take me forever. I've just proven that. When the pressure's on. Self-pressure, may I add. I know you guys aren't pressuring me. I'm pressuring myself. That's most certainly the truth. Pressuring myself here. And I'm not inking around any of these. Probably noticed. Actually, I want this one on first. Because I want it to sit under the words slightly. Gosh, it really is cooling down. My nose wants to run. It's like, stop it. I'm almost finished. Just behave yourself. Here we go. Our birdies and a little cluster of bits up the top, and she's done. So we got 2 done. I've got a bunch of bases that we haven't even touched apart from shaping and, you know, gluing up bits that need gluing. But I'm happy we got 2 done. I think they're pretty. They are super fun. That's given me another idea now, but that's perhaps for another day. I hope you enjoyed this and my craziness. I apologise that I wasn't quite on ball as normal. But thanks so much for joining me, keeping me company and keeping me going. Because if it wasn't for the video, I just would have walked away and gone and blobbed for an hour or so. You guys keep me going. Thanks for being here. Take care. Have a great day. And I'll be back again with another project tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye for now.